Hello. Don't know how many people are going to tune in because the title isn't very informative, isn't very likely to draw people in, but it's the truth. You are live in the COVID house, or rather I'm live in the COVID house. You're watching from afar. You're watching from a safe distance. So yeah, hi VegMed Codbod. You're always first. So yeah, if you've seen my vlogs, the rabbit fever vlogs, which have now finished, it was just a 3-part series whilst I was doing rabbit care for the last 2 days. I think I'm done now. I think I'm fine. Hi Rebecca, good morning. It's good afternoon for me, but good morning for you. Very early for you, I would imagine. Cat Force, I'm all right. I'm all right. I'm gonna talk about that. Hi, Michael Askew. Hello. Yeah, I'll talk about how I am in a sec. But yeah, if you've seen my rabbit vlogs, then you'll know that we've had the old COVID this week. I tested negative. So the story was, just for those who don't know the story at all, my son's friend last weekend tested. So it would have been, Kyle saw him Sunday morning, and then Monday morning Fred tested positive. Fred plays for a football team, and all the football team kind of one by one went down with it. But they were having like regular tests, and they were, just testing positive one by one. So when Kyle saw him, when Kyle saw Fred, he tested negative. But by Monday morning, he developed this headache and was feeling unwell, and he tested positive. Anyway, Tuesday, would it have been Tuesday? Yeah, Kyle was like being like really cocky, like saying, I've got no symptoms, my immune system's fantastic. And then all of a sudden on Tuesday afternoon, this headache just came on, and he started to feel unwell just all at once. Hi, Vegan Mooncat. So Wednesday morning did a test, and he was positive. So I was thinking, oh, I'm definitely going to get it, right? Because I've got ME, right? So if any diseases come my way, I do tend to get them. So I thought I'll definitely get it. I did a test on the Wednesday, but it was negative. No. Me and Kyle have both done a test on the Tuesday morning. That was right. We both done a test on the Tuesday morning, and we were both negative. But it was a few hours after that, Kyle started to feel unwell. So he'd done another test on the Wednesday morning, and it was then positive. Because they're not very sensitive, these lateral flow tests. So I think if your viral load's only low, it doesn't register. So I did one on Thursday morning, and it was negative, even though I got a sore throat and my breathing's been bad. So I feel like I can't take a deep breath in. I'm fine when I'm sitting down, but when I'm walking, I just feel like I can't take a breath in, like it's wheezy. It reminds me of the days when I used to have asthma before I went vegan, and I used to have asthma. So I've dug out one of my old steroid inhalers that have been sat in the back of a drawer for several years. I'm assuming they're still fine. I don't have the box. I don't know if they've got an expiry date, but I took that this morning, and it really does make a difference. Like, it's a preventer. So it's not we have blue inhalers in the UK, which are the relievers. So if you get an asthma attack, you take that, and it relieves it like straight away, opens the airway straight away. The steroid inhaler is the preventer. So if you've got asthma, like quite bad, then you take both. You take your steroid inhaler daily, and then you just take your blue inhaler when you need it. So when I was bad with asthma, I used to take the steroid inhaler, and I only needed the blue inhaler if I had an attack, which wasn't very often because I was on steroids. So I've been taking that steroid inhaler. So I think that has made a difference. I really do think that's made a difference. Yeah, Rebecca, I'll come on to the vaccine in a minute. So, but I've ordered a PCR test, so I'm going to do that tomorrow, because we don't have a post until like tomorrow night. So, because I'm out in the sticks, right? So we get, you know, one post a day, and that's it. So yeah, so I'm wondering whether, because I've had the vaccine, whether it's kept my viral load down low. So that's why the lateral flow test isn't picking it up. So I've got it. It's just low. I'm only speculating, because they say that the vaccine doesn't stop you getting it, and it doesn't stop you transmitting it. It just stops you getting ill with it. So I had my first dose of the vaccine back in March, and I had the second dose early this week. So if Kyle hadn't been infected, I would have just assumed that it was a reaction to the vaccine. But I don't believe that's the case, because apparently reactions to the vaccine come on quite quickly. Whereas I had the vaccine Monday, and I started getting symptoms on the Thursday. So the timeline fits more with being infected by Kyle than it being a reaction to the vaccine. And the nurse said to me when I had it, she said, if you didn't get a reaction the first time, it's highly unlikely you'll get a reaction to the second time. So I don't know. I really don't know. But I am going to do a PCR test. But I think if I had to guess, that would be what it was, that I am infected. I do have it. So I'm obviously taking loads of precautions. Like, I have been out to feed the rabbits, but I haven't seen anyone, been anywhere. I just literally walked there and back. It's about 7 minutes there and 7 minutes back. So, and I've looked ridiculous, because I've even worn a mask in the street. So yeah, that is a bit overkill, but you know, I do think I've got it. I do, like, I've only got 2 of the symptoms though. So I've got the chest, and my sore throat's gone. My sore throat only lasted like a day, but I have been really, really, really tired. So, but I've got ME. So, you know, if I've got even a low viral load, then it exacerbates my ME. So that's that. That's why right in the early days of it, before we even went on the first lockdown, like before March, I made this video. I distinctly remember it, because it was a cold morning. Like, would have been February, was it March? Whenever it was. I remember walking to work, like shouting down my phone, saying, you don't know what it's like to have post-viral complications, and this is going to create masses of ME and stuff like that. So, and I've always been like, I really don't want to get this, because I don't want to have ME and then get post-viral complications from this as well. But, yeah, so there we go. But Kyle's fine. His headache went, his sore throat's gone. He's still quite tired, but he's shouting at his PlayStation, so he's fine. So we've got a few more in now. Who have we got? Perpetually Annoyed, Vegan Mooncat. I think I said hello to you, Vegan Mooncat. 8 Yankees who were already vaccinated got COVID. Yeah, it's not like you can't get it. That's the thing, Rebecca. It's not like you can't get it. You still get it. That's why they're still telling people who've had 2 vaccines now, they're still telling people to take precautions, because there's no proof that you don't get it, that it's still transmissible. And we've got a build-up in this local area. We've got the Indian variant now that's apparently, like, I don't know, 50% more transmissible than the UK variant, which was more transmissible than the original variant. God knows. But they think that it's still, what the vaccine still works with it. They think. I don't believe anything they say, really, but whatever. So there was 2 lads in Kyle's college. So before Fred, the friend, tested positive, there was 2 lads at his college who'd got it, who both had the Indian variant. So Kyle may have not got it from Fred. He may have got it from this lad from college, but this lad from college was off ill before it became known that the Indian variant was in the college. And they closed the college. Like, it was government orders. They closed the college, so they can't reopen that college. Like, Kyle's now working at home again. So it's getting a bit. I think they're just being overcautious with the Indian variant, but I'd rather they be overcautious than not. But anyway, there's that. Be vegan now. What's ME? Myalgic encephalomyelitis, or chronic fatigue syndrome. So you most likely get it after a virus. So I got it. Told this story loads on this channel, but end of 2006, I got a really, really bad throat infection. I mean, I was ill. I was hallucinating for 3 days. I was like ill, but I never saw a doctor. And then 6 months later, I got it again, and I've never quite been the same since. So I go through long periods of remission where I'm absolutely fine, but then something triggers it and I get a relapse. So it's basically a change in they think it's neurological or I don't know. It's got an immune system component. It's got a neurological component. So yeah, that's what it is. It's not very nice though. But the figures are, I think it's something like 25% of people recover completely from ME, but they tend to be people who are younger, like teenagers. They tend to recover, kids, they tend to recover completely from ME. 25% become so ill, like they're basically completely disabled. And then 50% are like me. So they've still got it, but they only relapse like occasionally. Vegan Mooncat went for the vaccine today. Oops. I went for the vaccine today, but the site I went to was only giving the AstraZeneca. But as it's linked to blood clotting, I'm going to go to a different site next week for the Pfizer. I've had the AstraZeneca. I think the data on the blood clots, I'm not that convinced by it, honestly. I'm not that convinced by it. I think the statistical risk of, I think if blood clots are, if you've got like a history of maybe heart disease or lung disease or stroke or something like that, then no. Or if you're very young, the statistical risk, I don't know why. I think it is literally a statistical artifact in young people. I don't think young people are more likely to get lung clots from it. But I had the AstraZeneca, and I think if you're active, you're not going to get a blood clot. And all but, I think is it 2 people who've had it really bad? All but 2. From last I heard, anyway, the vast majority have just been like a little clot. You know, that's there. It needs treating, but it's not dangerous. I guess any blood clot could be potentially dangerous, but I mean, I'm not saying I have the AstraZeneca. I'm just saying I chose to have it. I wasn't bothered. I'm not going to get a blood clot. That'd be silly. I fidget all the time, right? My blood does not get a chance to like settle because I'm fidgeting. Like my hands are always going, my feet are always going. It's like inattentive all the time. So even when I look like I'm being lazy and doing nothing, I'm actually fidgeting. So anyway, hi plant-based boxing. Slinky Boo, hello. Recommend you eat healthy. Yeah, everybody says that. I eat quite healthy. I do fine. Don't. Yeah. Don't trust a vaccine that was made in less than a year. Yeah, you see, the thing is though, that's the thing is that the fact it was made in less than a year is a good thing, because actually what it's shown is that the years and years and years of animal testing and the bureaucracy, all they've done is cut down some of the tests on animals, and they've cut the bureaucracy, and they've piled a shit ton of money into it. So there's been like labs who don't do vaccine work have done vaccine work. So they've just like globally, the amount of work that's gone into it is equivalent of 10 years work under normal times. It's just they've sped up the process. So it doesn't mean to say that it's less efficient, effective, or less safe, but it has only been tested on people between 18 and whatever, 18 and 80 odd, whatever. So it's not approved yet, certainly not in the UK anyway. It's not approved for kids, and it's not approved for pregnant women, because those tests have not been done yet. Now, probably in normal times, a vaccine would have been tested on those groups in addition to the people that they have tested on. So, but if I'd have thought there was in any way an issue, I wouldn't have had it. It's as simple as that, because it's not that I'm pro-vax. It's not that I'm anti-vax. I'm pro-evidence. I'm pro-information. So the information is good enough for me. It might not be perfect. There might be issues down the line for certain groups of people in certain situations that weren't foreseen, but that could be the same for any drug. If you look at the like the inside packet, or look upon like the internet, like the side effects of paracetamol or whatever you call it in the US, the side effects of any form of medication, there are some, and in very occasional cases those might be severe. You know, people have died through paracetamol, and not necessarily through an overdose, but just through taking paracetamol for normal reasons. They've had an anaphylactic reaction and they've died. So you could say that for any medication. But I'm not trying to convince anybody to have the vaccine. But also what I don't want is people not to understand the positives of what they've done. Who else have we got in here? Have you got any questions for me? I was going to do, I was going to find something to talk about, but I wasn't sure how long I was going to talk today. I'm not going to talk that long because I feel I can't breathe properly. I can breathe. And that's just, it's like when your body, when your chest is slightly like not right, your body freaks out, doesn't it? Because it thinks, oh my God, I can't breathe, because it's a horrible feeling. There's loads of variants. Right. All vaccines, like all life on Earth, evolves. So, but because vaccines have got a quick turnover rate, they've got a very quick life cycle, if you will, then they mutate a lot. We all mutate a lot. We all mutate. We're mutating right here, right now. Right. Most of the time, though, it doesn't. Most of the time, though, it makes no difference. It makes no odds to your life. The fact that you have mutated cells when you grow and repair, the fact that a proportion of those are mutated, you know, they've copied inaccurately. It's like a bad photocopy. It doesn't matter, because your immune system just comes along and kills those. Unless you're going to get cancer, and then it doesn't for whatever reason. But viruses have got a very quick life cycle, so they mutate all the time. But it's only in terms of SARS-CoV-2, because it's a coronavirus, the little spikes on it, you know, if everybody's seen the pictures of the artist's impression of the coronavirus, the little spikes it's got on it, those little spikes are the ones that fit into the receptors inside the body. It's only when a mutation occurs on that spike protein at the top that we call it a new variant, because it's only that will have any effect. So yeah, there's been loads of variants, and there'll be loads more. There'll be loads, because that's what viruses do. That's why flu changes every year. That's why those who have the flu vaccine every year get a different vaccine every year, because they have to update it for the new variants. So yeah. Some viruses mutate more quickly than others, but it's not that they're mutating quicker overall. It's that the parts that are active, the parts that latch onto the body, those bits are prone to mutation. And originally they said SARS-CoV-2 wasn't going to be one of those viruses that mutates quickly, and I said no, not a chance. Not a chance in hell. It will. It absolutely will, because it's got such a big foothold. The more virus particles there are out there, the more chances you have, because there's more virus. So, you know, just by sheer numbers. But the virus itself, if you look at the mechanism of the virus itself, it's a coronavirus. It might not mutate as fast as some viruses, but it's a quick mutator. I don't know whatever scientific explanation came out like last year. I think they were just trying to make people feel better, but it wasn't true. And now we're absolutely seeing what I predicted. I don't know. People don't listen. I know they did. They're being cautious, and that's fine. That's fine for them. I don't see. Well, you know, if I get a blood clot, I get a blood clot. I'm sure it'll be fine. I'm not going to get a blood clot. Is it like, I think you've got more chance of winning the lottery than getting a blood clot. Like you're healthy. If you're healthy, right? If you're not healthy, if you've got a bad cardiovascular system, then, and you've got an increased chance of a blood clot anyway, then maybe I would have thought twice, you know. But I'm not bothering. Oh, well, that's fine. I don't blame you then. Okay, right. Poor circulation in your legs. All right. So that's the kind of thing I'm talking about, Mooncat. That if I had a circulatory problem, if I'd had something that was related to clotting, then there's no way in the world that it would have convinced me to have the AstraZeneca. Not a chance. But I've got an excellent cardiovascular system. I've got low everything. So the chances of me getting a blood clot is that small. It's like I would probably be more likely to win the lottery, and I don't even play the goddamn thing, and I'd still be more likely to win the lottery. Yeah, when every news outlet is spreading the news. I know. I mean, it's just they do it on. It's epidemiological. They do it on statistical risk. So, like, some groups are going to be a statistically higher risk than others. Dr. John Campbell reviewed clot stats and said the AZ was slightly higher than Pfizer, cerebral clots, but much lower than PZ. What's PZ? Slightly higher than Pfizer, cerebral clots, but yeah. Okay. Yeah, it's tiny though. It's tiny. There's like, if you look at, again, if you look at the packets of different medications, you got blood clots is actually one thing that quite a few of them say. mRNA viruses never made it through phase 3 tests on animals because the animals died. Now we get them. Well, that's a plus point for AZ then, because the AstraZeneca isn't an mRNA. mRNA vaccine. It's a traditional one. It's got a whatever, the other one. The mRNA ones are new. I'm not sure that's true though. I'll look that up. But yeah, well, don't have it then. It's fine. Don't have it. Have the AstraZeneca then, or don't have any. It's up to you. You know, these are the kind of things that everybody needs to make their own decision on based on their own research. But just make sure that research is based on scientific scrutiny and that you understand the basics of statistical risk or risk statistics. So do like a crash course in epidemiology. Just make sure you understand the statistics of the papers that you're reading, because presumably you're getting this information from actual scientific papers and not just listening to YouTube videos or listening to newspaper, you know, outlets. That's funny. That is very funny. Yeah, great. Burger and fries. Get free burger and fries. Yeah, I don't think they should be putting on any form of incentives. I think people just need to literally make their own minds up, but based on scientific scrutiny. And what I mean by that is actually reading scientific papers that have been published in the right area, on the right vaccines, and you understand epidemiological research and you understand statistics. Then, if you're convinced by those findings, then you take whatever action you need to take based on those findings, like I've done. Simple as that. I'm still on the same bottle of Iron Brew that I was on 4 weeks ago, and it tastes even more shit every time I drink it. It's completely flat now. Anyway, guys, I'm only going to stay on for like 10 more minutes because my chest is feeling a bit ropey. Anybody got any questions for me? Any comments? Any good videos that you want me to check out? Any good ones you want me to debunk or respond to? Do a vegan roast of. Quite like doing those vegan roast videos. So if anybody's got anything that, you know, because it was suggestions from this chat that got me doing a Melanie Joy and what I've learned. And otherwise, I wouldn't have even seen them. I wouldn't have seen them. Drink orange juice. All right. I do drink orange juice. Sometimes. Isn't that ironic, though? Right? If there's anything that's going to give you a blood clot, it's burger and fries. What did you say?
How much fries give you a blood clot?
The burger will. Yeah. It's the burger, not the fry. Well, the fries as well. If they're deep fried, then it's not going to be good for you, like in the long term. How am I after a rabbit attack? Oh, that rabbit, honestly. Yeah. I mean, I've got I don't know whether the camera's picking it up because of this light, but I've got a rash. I've got like a rash along here. I've got a rash on my nose, and that's that's an allergic reaction. I'm surprised my eyes haven't swollen up, but I was really careful because I only need to like touch a rabbit or something that a rabbit's touched, and then touch my face, and I get a reaction on my face. So I was dead careful not to touch my eyes, so I didn't get like runny eyes and stuff. But obviously failed at the face, so I've got, you just can see the red like a butterfly rash there and there. So that's just immune reaction. It'll go down like tomorrow. But yeah, it's funny. For those of you who haven't seen it, one of the rabbits that I've been looking after this weekend bit me this morning, and it wasn't just a bite. He literally like flung himself at me. He like tried to wrestle me to the ground. It was that he dived off the floor, and I got it on camera, which was kind of funny. So I'm fine. If I hadn't have had it, it's a different hoodie because I have to change my clothes when I come home and like de-germ myself. It was a different hoodie, but it was similar to this in that he had long. So he just got my skin. I felt his teeth on my skin. But if I'd have had like no sleeves on, it'd have been a proper full-on like clenched his teeth on me. But I'm fine. The carnitards are going after RPV for beans. What does that mean? RPV. Red pill vegan. Is that red pill vegan? For beans. What? They're going after him for beans. Tell me more. Which ones? Which carnies? They don't care. They don't care. Rabbits are little arseholes. They're really dominant. Like Fox, the rabbit that bit me, he's pampered. He's spoiled. So he's become like really dominant. So he prefers to live on his own. He doesn't like other rabbits very much. And he only likes one human. So everybody else can get to fuck. It doesn't matter whether you're a rabbit, whether you're human, whether you're a dog, whether you're a cat. Because there's a cat in the house. The cat doesn't want anything to do with him. Like the cat just disappears. The cat's been hounded out. She lives upstairs. But yeah, so Fox is a little pampered bunny. So he just wasn't happy. He wasn't happy about the service he was getting from me. Like the other rabbits this morning, the ones who were like normal rabbits who were not pampered, they were like all happy to see me this morning because I've been giving them treats. But he wasn't. He was gunning for me. As soon as he saw me, he came like running for me. Tried to get Tilly, and then he had to go at me. They are naughty, rabbits. They are. They're very naughty. I had a mask on though. I did have a mask on. Yeah, red pill vegan. I thought it was red pill vegan. Well, yeah, watch it. It's it went live a couple of hours ago. So it's called Rabbit Fever Part 3 Attacked. So watch it, and it's about, I don't know, 3 minutes in. It's quite a long video. It wouldn't have been a long video, but I saw my mum. I ended up having a conversation with my mum, which I recorded. So she knows I was recording. But she's been watching my videos. So I thought, well, she can go in a video. She's been watching my videos. She can go in a video. Oh, them ones. Okay, I'll check them out. So the anti-bean fraternity. Oh, I might have to do a video. I don't watch either of their channels. But I might have to check them out. Probably will. If it's worth responding to, I will. Rabbits are jerks. They are. They are. Can I debunk anti-vegan spiritual gurus? Or do I find them cringe? I find all spiritual gurus cringe. I don't really differentiate between those that are vegan and those that aren't. All spiritual gurus make me cringe. I don't know whether I could get through any of their videos, honestly. Some rabbits are friendly, yeah. The upstairs rabbits were friendly. Like, there's 5 white ones upstairs. They were all friendly. They were all pleased to see me. And then Rex was pleased to see me. The grey one, he was pleased to see me. So, yeah. It's only Fox who wasn't pleased to see me. They're cute, Evelyn. They are cute. If I wasn't allergic to them, then I'd have no problem keeping rabbits, like, in my home. Except for I've got a dog that eats rabbits. Like Poppy has been known to kill rabbits in the past. So she's not got a very good track record with rabbits. But that's her breed. She's a terrier. That's what they were bred for. You know, hunting small creatures. So, you know, and I think little Bella probably would as well. Although little Bella's breed, like the little scruffy terriers, they were bred for rats. But I think she'd have a go. So maybe not while I've got terriers. But I can't have rabbits anyway because this. And if you think about it, I doubled my antihistamines. I've doubled my antihistamines that I normally take in the last 24 hours. I'm on a steroid inhaler and I wore a mask. Yesterday morning I had goggles on, but I couldn't see. So I thought, oh, I can handle not having goggles on as long as I just don't touch my eyes. So I don't think I could live. Oh, it's raining and my washing's out. Well, that's fantastic. I think that's my cue to wrap it up because it's raining and my washing's out. I'd also die from allergies. I would. I definitely would. Definitely would. Yeah, go and watch it, Slinky Boo. It's a 3-part series. So there's 2 yesterday and then 1 today. Anyway, I'm going to go because I don't want my washing to get wet because it's been out since this morning and it should be dry. And my chest is getting a bit... getting a bit bad. Right, so I'll check out some videos and I'll be back as soon as my chest is better. I'll be back with another long stream and we'll do some debunking. We'll do some vegan roasting. All right, guys. See you later. Bye-bye.